Even when it says in bold letters, "Do not reply all," people still do it. So ridiculous. Welcome back to Youth Moms. My name is Michael.
And I'm Holden.
And we are the voice of young conservatives in Alachua County. And being as have some of our hosts that are out of town, got some of the older guys hopping in here, but I'm excited to be here with Holden, hanging out. We're talking about, because the new year is upon us, Holden, and so I thought maybe it'd be a good idea if we talked about some, I don't know if you want to call them predictions, but perhaps maybe what we'd like to see in the next year. I mean, obviously, we got a new president coming in, and I think you've said it best, whether you like him, whether you hate him, he is an oddity. He's certainly a unique, kind of a unicorn in our world. I think one of the big things I would hope to see is a peaceful transition. Do you think we're going to see that?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope so. I know that there's been some animosity still about the fact that Donald Trump won. I think it's time that Democrats take their lumps and have that peaceful transition. So I'm with you. I really hope that we see that. One of the big things I know, or at least I believe we'll see, is certainly some economic pressure release. We've had a lot of talk about in the last several years about how expensive things are. I mean, I live by myself, and I spend $100 a week at least on groceries for myself. Mm-hmm. I can't even imagine what families of one or two, and I have several families that have 3 and 4 kids and 5. I can't imagine what they're spending on groceries these days. So I'm really looking forward. I don't know about you. I'm looking forward to some of that relief, if you will. You're a business owner, so what do you think? What are you hoping for?
I mean, I'm hoping that they can. I'm hoping I'm hoping something that is possible, right? Like, I mean, there's a lot of things I could hope for, but something that I guess is possible is that I hope we get a lot of deregulation for energy. If we get a deregulation for energy, it's going to make all businesses much better and much more competitive and make their marginal productivity a lot higher. So I like to see a lot of energy deregulation, particularly nuclear. I hope he does that this time. He didn't last time. But it's possible that he does. He's appointed a brilliant energy secretary, so I'd like to see the cost of energy fall dramatically. There's no reason Amazon shouldn't be able to deliver everything to people's doors with drones. It's just the reason we can't do that is simply because the cost of energy is too high. If we get that down, it's going to make us far more productive. The machines that we are going to use for making our clothes or folding our clothes and doing our dishes and stuff, those robots, they're going to consume an enormous amount of energy. So if we could deregulate energy to the extent that we do that, the better we're going to be at producing it and the richer everybody's going to be. And that's going to impact everything. Energy powers every other industry. So I like to see that happen very much. I hope we abolish the Department of Energy. I hope we abolish the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. I hope we abolish the Environmental Protection Agency. So I guess that would be one wish for Trump. Please do that.
I wonder if that's maybe a pie in the sky, perhaps. I know you're a big and as much regulation as, and I think I lean towards that as well. I really do, because I'm a little older than you, just a little, but I think I've never really seen government regulation lead to anything positive. Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember after 9/11 that the TSA, they said, oh, we need to federalize that. Mm-hmm. And they did. And it didn't get better.
Right.
So I would be with you. I would certainly be a fan of anything that Trump wants to deregulize and just say, let the free market decide. Let the capitalist. I mean, that's what the beauty of a capitalist economy, right? Yeah. Is the ability for the economy to decide what's good, what's bad, what's going to be productive, what's not going to be productive. That's the beauty of the society that we supposedly live in now. A lot of people would argue that we're not really a capitalist economy. I think you're one of them, but I think I would absolutely be with you.
Yeah.
What do you think about the January 6th detractors? You think they'll be sort of, or not detractors? I think that's probably the wrong word, but the ones that were sort of put I don't even really even know the right word, but the ones that were, I guess, jailed or whatnot. Do you think that Trump would release those guys? What do you think?
I mean, Trump is an unpredictable guy. I don't know.
Fair point. That's a fair point.
I think most likely he will, because like his base is probably gonna hold him to it. So my guess would be that he will free most of them, if not all. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think?
I think so. I mean, certainly no one agreed with it, but certainly Biden had his hand at releasing a bunch of guys that did a lot worse crimes than what you would think the January 6th guys did. I don't know. I think you're right, though. I think we would see them perhaps be released. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting year. Mm-hmm. I really believe that. I have high hopes. I mean, we have quite a bit of economic power behind us. You know, we have the presidency. We have a lot of power in the Congress now. Mm-hmm. So we've got the ability to really get some things done. So I have high hopes. But to your point, Trump is sort of a unpredictable wild card. I think that's why people in fact, that's part of why I like him, is because he doesn't fit your standard politician mold.
Right. That's
one of the things that I really do like about him.
Yeah.
And so, but you're right. I think he is unpredictable in a lot of ways, but I think that's why people like him.
Certainly. Yeah.
One thing that's kind of near to me, maybe not you so much, but I'm very active in my local church, and I think we've seen over the last maybe couple years, we've seen somewhat of a revival towards spirituality and things of the church and of the Bible. And I would really hope to see that continue. There was a gathering, I'm forgetting exactly where, not long ago though, where they just had multitudes of young people, your age people, that were just turning and coming back to things of the Bible and things of spirituality and religion, and so I'm really encouraged. I'd be encouraged to see that increase. I think that would be something that I would look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me that it swings like the tide swings one way or another. Like sometimes it's cool to be religious and sometimes it's not. But I mean, we'll see what happens.
For sure. Yeah. What do you think? Because we at our election here locally in Florida, maybe bring it a little more local, we had the abortion bill was defeated. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Do you think we're going to see any ramifications of that? Do you think they're going to redouble their efforts to get that back passed, or what do you think is going to happen there?
I don't know. I mean, abortion is, I think, one of the most over-discussed topics, in my opinion.
You're probably not wrong.
I think it's blown out of proportion in its importance. Not that there are a lot of girls that need one that I think should be able to get one, but I think it's just over-discussed, and I don't know what's going to happen with it. I hope that the government isn't big enough to make those decisions, but we'll see.
Well, I think what encouraged me when Trump was president last time, and I told both my daughters this, they were sort of upset. They were like, well, abortion's going to be illegal now. I said, no, that's not what happened. When Roe v. Wade was overturned, that is not at all what happened. Mm-hmm. I told them both, I said, what actually happened was it put it back to the states to decide, which is exactly where it should be according to the Constitution. It's one of those things that is not enumerated or given to the federal government. You know as well as I do that the Constitution says these things are specifically for the federal government.
Right.
Everything else belongs to the state. And I told them that. I said, that's all that it did, was it put the decision about abortion back where it should be.
Sure.
And so I think that was encouraging to me. And I think you would probably agree that we want to follow the Constitution as closely as we possibly can.
Yeah, I think we'd be much far better off if we did that.
Don't disagree. Here's one that I know for a fact that you're interested in. What do you think Bitcoin's going to do this next year?
I don't know. The price of something, I can't. It's just buying and selling, so I don't know what human behavior will decide. I think long term, the price of Bitcoin will rise simply because it's the best money that's ever been invented. I think the price of Bitcoin will just keep rising over time. Now, that doesn't mean in a year from now it could be down 50%. It very easily can. Mm-hmm. It also could be up 100%. We don't know.
Right.
We'll have to see.
That's fair.
So, Yeah.
That's fair. I just know that that's one of your big deals is Bitcoin. That's where you really spend a lot of your time. I know you invest in that and you have a lot of Bitcoin. I don't
Yeah.
have any. Not to that point just yet.
Yeah, sure.
But I think all in all, I think that we've got some good things to look forward to this next year. And just to take just a kind of a moment of personal privilege, I really think that it's going to be good things. You know, I saw a thing the other day that said, I don't watch football, so I don't really know who Taylor Swift is, but man, he sure sounds fast. I'm not sure I've quite gotten on board with the whole Taylor Swift thing. So I'm kind of hoping that goes away. But, you know, point of personal privilege, kind of go back to that. I had to the train of thought went away. Anyway, I've really been encouraged to personally in my life. I've got a lot of good things that are going on, so I'm hoping those continue, and being able to hang out and do this show on a weekly basis and being able to learn as we go. I think that will continue. And I hope good things for your business too.
Thank you.
I know there's you got a lot of good things going on, and I'm encouraged by a young guy like you that puts himself out there and is like, hey, this is what I know, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to go at it, hammer and tongs. I think that's a good thing, man.
Yeah, I think 2025 is going to be overall a good year. I mean, I think I posted this recently. I was like, if you would have told me that the presidents since 1985 or 87 or 88 were going to be the presidents that they were, I would have been like, oh my God, the future is going to be crazy. And then like the Congress people and the people in the Senate, like if you told me these are going to be the people doing things, I was like, oh, okay, well the future might not be as good as you would like it to be. But I mean, of course it hasn't been. We could be far richer than we are today. We could be it's not even, we could be so much richer spiritually and economically, but we're still getting richer. We're still seeing massive progress in a lot of areas of human well-being. Or, you know, the healthcare is so much better than it's ever been. Really, we're far richer than we've ever been. So I mean, there's a lot of things that, despite the fact that we have the mixed economy and all the other issues, we're still moving along okay. So I think the future is going to be pretty good. And I'd like to see also corporate tax cuts from Trump. If he could cut the tax rate down on the corporate tax, that would be phenomenal. Let's lead the way for this new wave of digital intelligence and digital money.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And to your point, America is far from perfect as a nation, but it is still the best country in the world.
Right.
Without question.
Agreed.
I mean, I just really think that will continue. I totally agree with you on that. And I just really believe that. I absolutely think there's going to be good things in the future. So, hey guys, thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate it. We upload 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. We would encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe to our post. And if you ever have anything that you'd like for us to talk about on the show, feel free to email us at It's youthbombs@alachuarepublicans.com. And hey, we'll see you next year.
See you then.